Hey everyone, when I was tearing apart this side skirt to rebuild it, I noticed a crack in the shower drain plumbing. It's a pretty common problem after researching a little bit, just due to the vibration of these RVs. Not just truck campers, but most RVs have a rigid plumbing system, so there's not a whole lot of give there. It needs to allow some movement. And just kind of trying to come up with a couple of solutions to give a little bit of play without causing leaks. This is my shower pan, and there's the drain and the pipe there that goes to the black tank, or to the gray tank, and the P-trap usually goes right here. And what happened was, here's the P-trap. So this is the piece that fastens to the shower drain, that silver piece right there, the shower drain part, and that split right there, and all down in there. So this piece usually kind of free plays on top of here to tighten up to the shower drain on the shower pan. And then of course this fitting here tightens up to the drain, the plumbing that goes down to the gray tank. So without having very much play in this plumbing, there were, I wish I would have started videoing before I did this, but there were two brackets up here that were fastening the vent pipe for the black tank, this is the vent pipe for the gray tank, and the plumbing to the gray tank, that made all of this. These two pipes were rigid. They weren't given any, there was no movement. So up on this piece of wood, there were just two screws and pipe wrap, just like a pipe strap, going around both of these pipes. So I took that off, and now I've got just a little bit of play in this pipe, which will allow the new P-trap to slightly flex, just ever so slightly, so this piece doesn't break again. I'm pretty sure that was the culprit. This once again is a 2003 Fleetwood camper, so it lasted a long time, but I want to make sure that that doesn't happen again, because we did have some standing water down here when we would shower, and what I was doing just temporarily to remedy that was just putting a plastic pan, just one of these plastic pans underneath the drain to catch the water, so I wouldn't get any standing water or water damage from that down here. If you're following my other repair videos, you know I've got enough water damage as it is. So anyway, I'm going to replace this P-trap. I'm going to go down to True Value and try to find this exact piece. If I can't, I know I can get it on Amazon. When I do find it, I'll give you the part number and the manufacturer and a link. If I get it on Amazon, I'll do a link, or I'll just note the part number and where I purchased it if I happen to get it at like True Value or Ace or someplace. But I'm getting ready to rebuild this skirt. I want to have good access to the plumbing before I get the new skirt piece on. So I want to get this wrapped up, get everything sealed, run some water through it to make sure there's no leaks, and then move on to getting the new skirt put in. All right, so it's been a couple of days. I ordered this part off of Amazon. It is part number P118C, and it is from United States Hardware Manufacturing, which is a little bit ironic because it's made in China. But that's the name of the company. This is pretty much an exact replacement. It's a pretty high quality part. The drain for the shower is plastic, whereas the stock one was metal. So I don't know about that, but this all looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed and make sure that I've got a little bit of movement, a little bit of play in the fittings to the shower. And that way, hopefully the vibration when I'm going down the highway or doing some off-road stuff won't crack that fitting again. And it did come with the stopper. Again, it's plastic. I took mine out because it's just a shower stall, but if you have an RV with a tub, it does have the stopper as well. And it does have a rubber seal on it. So I'll grab my channel locks. And the first thing I want to do is loosen up this the nut for the rubber seal on the shower pan so I can get the old drain out. Pop this old rubber gasket off. All right, so we're in the camper. This is a complete mess because we're doing the remodel still. So I can get this old fitting out. Clean up this old seal a little bit. Get a rag and clean that up. All right, so you want to get all the old sealant they used. Looks like just some kind of pipe dope or plumber's putty around that. So just clean that up. The new piece comes with a rubber gasket. They say do not use plumber's putty on this, I guess because it's probably because it's plastic, but they've got a foam gasket. And I will, from the outside now, thread on the new pipe fitting. So the new nut has the rubber gasket built into it, the retaining nut for the plastic shower drain. We'll go ahead and get that going. And you don't want to over tighten this because again it is plastic, so just a little, like hand tight, and then maybe a quarter of a turn just to compress that foam gasket up on top a little bit and this rubber gasket down below. Of course, we'll water test everything, make sure there's no leaks. All right, so now what we need to do is glue this separate piece into the P-trap. So the connector for the shower drain into the P-trap, that needs to be glued. You don't want to be spilling the water that needs to stay in the P-trap when you're going down the road. That'll cause lots of issues for your plumbing and smells inside the bathroom. All right, so with the pipe epoxy in place, I can thread this guy on here. I could use some Teflon thread sealant on this side. It didn't have any on there before and it wasn't leaking, so I'm not going to worry about it. Thread sealant you can. This is the Teflon, the liquid or the paste Teflon instead of the tape. So you can use this or the tape and seal those threads on that other side of the P-trap. On the Northwood forum, some people had the same problems with their fitting breaking or cracking, and they did the replacement, and as you can see, it's a little bit short. It doesn't quite fit. This doesn't quite thread into the shower drain part all the way. There's an adjustment. You can see these set screws. There's one here for the vent pipe that goes up out of the roof, but there's also one here for the shower drain pipe. You loosen this screw, that's the set screw for the pipe, and just gently twist the pipe and bring it up. Just bring it up just to where it meets the bottom of the shower there. And then just drive that screw in to set the pipe so it doesn't slide up and down anymore. That's just a built-in adjustment for when they do the plumbing. So now that I've got that at the right height, I can screw these pieces in and secure everything, and then I'll tighten that screw down. All right, so now all my fittings are tight, and I can tighten down that set screw right there, and set the drain, or set the the drain pipe into place. So that's also a tip on the vent pipe that goes up to the roof. If you're replacing your roof vent with one of those 360 siphons or something like that, and you need to bring the pipe up a little bit higher, you can loosen up that screw, that set screw, and bring the pipe up or down, whichever way you need to go, to make that fit, a little bit more flush with the roof, or if it needs to go up into your specific type of vent. If there's a set screw on the roof, then you can bring the pipe up. So yeah, that's what those screws are for. Loosen them up, move them around wherever you need to go, and then just reset it. There's plenty of pipe in there. They usually leave about 4 or 5 inches of pipe, sometimes even a little bit more, so for adjustment. All right, well, that's it for this job. Pretty easy. Just let the glue set up long enough. Make sure you test your connections, that they don't leak, and yeah, that's about it. Pretty simple. Again, I'll put the part numbers and everything for where I bought the part on Amazon. I'll put that in the description below, and yeah, hopefully this helped you guys out. If you've got broken fitting, get it fixed. You don't want to run into more water damage. So we'll catch you on the next one. Later.